G'day, Grant Edwards here from Team Humminbird. Just like to put together a quick video to show you through our boat and what we've put together for this year's competition season, and show you a few things. We always get a lot of questions about what we're running and why we're running and what we're doing. So this is the same boat we've been running for the last few years, 25-foot Pathfinder. We repowered this year with a brand new V10 Mercury 400 on it, so it gets along quite nicely now. But what I'm here to show you is more the electronics package and what we upgraded this year due to, there was a number of reasons, but we really wanted to make the most of the new Minn Kota's being out and about and make sure we have plenty of power, and a few things being that we had a big wet season and a big late wet season, so the river's just dropped in time, and the river was absolutely pumping this year, so lots of battery power and lots of power on the Minn Kota is our focus of our upgrades. We were lucky enough to get our hands on the new Minn Kota Instinct, and this is the Quest model, top of the range model, 72-inch shaft, 36 volt, so absolute beast of a motor. Everyone who's got on the boat, driven the boat around with the Minn Kota, has just so impressed with how quiet, how strong the boat is, how sturdy the setup is, how quiet the steering motor is and direct, and everyone's just said so quiet, so powerful and so impressive. So really looking forward to spending plenty of time on the water with that. The other thing we upgraded was our battery system. This year we went to 300 amp hours of 12 volt for our house and 100 amp hour 36 volt for our Minn Kota. So they're all the BLA Performance Series lithium batteries, which are absolutely faultless at this stage, and they've been out for a few years, and we've just upgraded to those batteries and couldn't be happier. One of the things with the batteries system is the app that comes with them, BLA lithium battery app, so you can actually rename your battery. So I've got my 12 volt house battery, so at the moment it's only at 10%. It's looking a bit sad because of that. Obviously we need to get a charge into it because we've been running the angle and doing all sorts of things. Got a few screens going at the moment, so it's interesting to see. At the moment we've got 4 screens going and an angle. We're drawing 16.8 amps or 16.6 amps. So you can do the maths and work out how long that's going to go before you start having some issues. This screen here shows you if you've got any issues, short circuit, overcharge, anything like that. It lets you know if the battery's finding any faults as such. So the other battery there is the 36 volt. That one's sitting at 81%, so we've got plenty of battery there. Health is good, and it's only drawing a tiny little bit because the motor's just sitting here, it turned on but in idle. So the app is very handy. Even sitting at home here, before I go fishing, I can work out if I need to quickly put some charge into the batteries before we head out, or whether they're sitting fine, you know. The battery charging system that we've upgraded to also is a BLA system. This is the 36 volt 10 amp charger. So this charger is an onboard charger, charges off the motor, or so it actually charges off your start battery. And the same with this one. So this is a 30 amp 12 volt charger, charges off your battery. So this does my house system, so that puts 30 amps into that and 10 amps into my 100 amp hour Minn Kota battery. So they seem to be working flawlessly at the moment, and very clean power. Don't get any fizz or fuzz through our transducers or anything. So very impressed with these chargers, and certainly an upgrade from what I was running previously. Next thing I'd like to talk about is the remote control, the upgraded remote for the Minn Kota. Lots of new features on that, including a drift mode. So if you're out on the reef, you can set up a drift run any direction you want, and the boat will always drift that direction, and you can set a speed, you can do whatever you want with it. So very excited to get out on the reef and try that. The other thing is the remote control. It's got a new whole new remote control. Very nicely fits in straight in the palm of the hand. I used to be a foot pedal man, but I've started running this remote a lot more now. It's not touchscreen like some of the other Link models were, and they used to have issues where it'd hit your shirt and you'd drop off spot lock and things like that. So this remote seems to fall straight in the palm of your hand, and always seem to get the right buttons when you're looking for them. So very impressed with that. The other impressive thing is the battery power. You can see on the screen there it's hardly moved. We've been using this for over a week flat out, and that's just some AAAs that go straight in the back of that. So very good to use, very easy to change out your batteries and away you go, instead of chasing around town or looking for a charger to fit and all that sort of thing. The next thing I'd like to show you is probably, we'll jump up on board and have a look down the back here. So at the back we're running, it's not there at the moment because we've pinched it for another boat, but it's running a 15-inch Solix with its own live pole off the back corner. So we fish, generally in the comps we're fishing 3 people. 2 people, if you're fishing on the lives, 2 people are busy up the front. It sort of makes it awkward to cast across. So it's really handy to have a 3rd position with a 2nd pole at the back. It is always a challenge because people at the front are pulling you around on the Minn Kota. But if you're getting a small percentage of fish off the back, it's comp fishing. That's what you got to do. You got to keep plugging away. It's all mounted with the Transducer Poles Australia and the ram mounts. So that's the system that we're using at the moment. Up to the helm, we've got 2 Apex 16s up on the helm. So love this setup. It's I'm not a big fan of buying a big screen and splitting it. So generally on the top screen I'll run my side image if we're looking for fish. On the bottom screen you might run your 2D and your down image, or depending what you're doing, you might be our bottom bouncing and you're running your maps, or whatever you want to do. Every screen you see on the boat is all linked using the Ethernet connection. So all these, every screen here, I can sit here and watch the live, what's going on up the front. You can see the cast, you can see the fish follow. You can use the Minn Kota. You can fully operate the Minn Kota from the dash here. Stow, deploy, whatever you need to do. Set up your drifts. So that's all from the dash. So each screen can have that same thing on there depending on what you want it to do. Moving up to the front of the boat. So we've got an Apex 16 on the top there, Apex 19 on the bottom. So generally this is our configuration we run when we're out fishing on the cast or whatever. So we can see the fish in the bottom really well with the 360 transducer showing up on the front there. 360 is mounted just there using the same system, ram mount to the boat and a Transducer Poles Australia pole. And then on the bottom screen we run the live with the live transducer mounted the same as well. So fish can't really hide from us when we're running that system as far as we can see. So we always run a foot pedal. As I said before, it's always been my weapon of choice for operating the Minn Kota, but as this new remotes become quite handy, I'm 50-50 these days. So what else do we need to show? Let me know if you've got any other questions. I'm happy to help out with any technical questions, or if you ask us how or why we use something in particular. Otherwise, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank BLA, Humminbird, Minn Kota for helping us put together this boat for this year. I can't wait to spend a lot more time on the water this year and keep using the products and keep promoting them as much as we can. Thank you very much.